Have you ever wondered why we go through heartbreak? Why we lose people we love? Why life sometimes turns upside down without warning? Is there a deeper meaning behind these storms we face, or is it all just random chaos? The ancient Stoics had an answer not rooted in mysticism, but in wisdom. They believed that everything happens for a reason. Not because the universe is pulling strings behind the scenes, but because every challenge carries a hidden lesson. The real question is this: do you have the clarity to see that lesson when life gets hard? When we're in pain, we often demand answers. We want to know why life is so unfair. But maybe the more powerful question isn't, why is this happening to me? Maybe it's, what is this here to teach me? In this video, we're not here to deny pain, we're here to transform it. We'll explore how Stoicism teaches us to face suffering not with resistance, but with awareness, and how letting go of expectations may just be the key to lasting inner peace. Number 1. The Stoic view of fate. What if fate wasn't something magical but something deeply natural? The Stoics didn't believe in destiny as a fixed script written in the stars. They saw fate as the unfolding of events, the way life moves, moment to moment. It's not about control, it's about collaboration. Learning to work with what life gives you instead of fighting it. There's a powerful principle at the heart of this philosophy. Amor fati, love your fate. Not just accepting what happens, but embracing it. Every joy, every heartbreak, every delay or detour, all of it has a place in your story. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Think about that. Everything, even pain, becomes fuel. Your struggles don't stop you, they strengthen you. Obstacles, they're not walls, they're steps. They're firewood. The question is, will you burn out or burn brighter? Number 2, control and acceptance. The key to inner peace. Have you ever tried to control something only to feel more out of control? The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught a simple yet life-changing idea. There are only two kinds of things in this world: things you can control and things you can't. You can control your thoughts, your choices, your actions, but you cannot control other people. You cannot control the past, or the future, or the weather, or the economy. And yet most of our suffering comes from trying to control exactly those things. Let's say you lose your job. You can fall into despair, blaming the system, your boss, or bad luck. Or you can focus on what's still within your reach, building new skills, seeking new paths, and showing up stronger. One mindset leads to misery. The other leads to mastery. Your peace begins the moment you stop trying to control the uncontrollable and start leading your life from the inside out. So ask yourself today, am I focused on what I can control, or wasting energy on what I never could? The answer shapes everything. Number 3, the illusion of randomness. Everything connects in time. At first glance, life can feel like pure chaos. Opportunities vanish, relationships break, setbacks arrive without warning. And it's easy to wonder, is any of this leading somewhere, or is it all just random? But then something happens. You look back, and suddenly, the puzzle starts to make sense. Steve Jobs once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backward." And he was right, because what felt like a curse in the moment often becomes a blessing in disguise. Think of Nelson Mandela, 27 years in prison. Yet that suffering forged the leader who later united a divided nation. Or Thomas Edison, thousands of failures until one day, the light bulb changed the world. Or Seneca, exiled and betrayed, but in that isolation, he wrote his greatest works of Stoic wisdom. So let me ask you, what if the chaos you're facing right now isn't chaos at all? What if it's preparation? Maybe, just maybe, your path only looks uncertain because it's still unfolding. Trust the process. The dots always connect, just not in advance. Number 4, turning pain into power. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your teacher if you're willing to learn. The Stoics never told us to run from pain. They told us to use it. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, just as labor strengthens the body." And he was right. Think back to a time when life hit you hard. A breakup, a betrayal, a failure that cut deep. In the moment, it felt like the end. But now, can you see how it shaped you? Made you tougher, wiser, more grounded? Every hardship carries a lesson. Rejection teaches patience. Failure teaches perseverance. Loss teaches gratitude. The problem is, too many people stay stuck asking, "Why is this happening to me?" But that question leads to nowhere. A better question is, what is this here to teach me? Because once you shift your focus from pain to purpose, you stop being a victim of life and start becoming a student of it. And that's when your pain becomes your power. Number 5, how to apply Stoic philosophy to real life. Understanding Stoic wisdom is one thing. Living it, that's where the transformation begins. So how do you bring these ancient ideas into your everyday life? Here are 5 Stoic practices to start today. 1. Pause before reacting. When something negative happens, don't respond out of impulse. Breathe. Every difficult moment is a chance to grow, not a reason to explode. 2. Seek the lesson. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How is this happening for me?" Shift the lens from victimhood to growth. 3. Detach from outcomes. You are only responsible for your effort, not the results. Let go of what you can't control and focus on what you can. 4. Trust the process. Even when you don't see the full picture, believe that every challenge is shaping something greater within you. 5. Amor fati. Love your fate. Don't just accept the obstacles, welcome them. They're not blocking your path, they are the path. Because what you're facing right now, it's not punishment, it's preparation. So move from resistance to acceptance, from despair to curiosity. This is how you live with strength, peace, and clarity. Number 6. The power of stillness. Observe, don't react. There's a strength the world rarely talks about. Not loud, not aggressive, but calm, steady, silent. It's the ability to observe without reacting. In a world where everyone rushes to defend themselves, to argue, to fire back, stillness becomes a superpower. When conflict rises, when emotions run high, your first instinct might be to fight back, to explain. But the Stoics taught something different. True strength is found in the pause. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke." So what if, instead of reacting, you stepped back? What if you chose to observe your emotions before expressing them? To examine the truth behind the trigger before letting it control you? Every time you resist the urge to instantly react, you reclaim control over your inner world. You become the observer, not the puppet of circumstance. Next time anger rises or criticism hits, try this. Pause, breathe, count to 5. Then ask yourself, what's really going on here? Because in that space, wisdom begins. Number 7. Intentional action. The power of not acting on autopilot. We live in a world addicted to motion. Everyone's always busy doing more, scrolling faster, jumping from task to task. But here's the hard truth. Just because you're moving doesn't mean you're progressing. Busyness is not the same as purpose. And the Stoics knew this long before modern life became a blur. They didn't just live, they lived intentionally. Every decision was grounded in clarity. Every action, every word, filtered through one question. Is this necessary? Does it align with who I want to become? Epictetus said it best. Don't concern yourself with whether you'll live long. Concern yourself with whether you're living rightly. So here's a challenge for today. Before you say yes to another obligation, before you act out of habit, pause. Ask yourself, is this truly worth my time, energy, and peace of mind? Because a Stoic life isn't a dry life. It's a life of depth, of direction, of deliberate presence. And in a chaotic world, that kind of clarity, it's rare, and it's powerful. You are not a victim of fate. You are a student of it. And your task is not to run from hardship, but to learn from it. Because that's the Stoic way, to turn suffering into wisdom, chaos into clarity, and pain into purpose. Even when life doesn't make sense, even when everything feels like it's falling apart, trust that something deeper is unfolding. Every trial is shaping you. Every setback is preparing you. Sometimes, growth feels like being buried. But what if you're not being buried? What if you're being planted? So carry these lessons with you. Live them, breathe them. And when the storm arrives, and it will remind yourself, you are stronger than this moment. You are wiser than yesterday. And you are never walking alone. If you found a sense of peace in this message, follow us to keep receiving ancient wisdom for modern life. And share this with someone who needs it today. Thank you for being part of Ancient Stoic Secrets.